Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Yesterday we took a look at the 2024 Nissan Z Nismo. Today we are taking a look at the other car also added during the first week of the holiday mix-up in Horizon 5, and that is the 2021 Bentley Flying Spur. To unlock this car, all you need to do is complete 20 points on the festival playlist and it will be yours. So today we will also be taking a look at how it drives and if it has any body kits available in Horizon 5 and seeing if it's any good or worth our time unlocking. We've arrived at our apex race we're going to do in the Badlands. Driving it here, it did feel quite heavy. It is also all-wheel drive and I believe the engine is a W12 setup. If you're not too sure what that is, it forms a shape of a W, kind of like a V8 forms the shape of a V. Everybody should already know that by now. Just cut our way through the pack. Just take it easy on the corners, I will. Like I did say, it is a fairly heavy vehicle. It's like driving a yacht around the streets of Mexico. This one falls under the category of super saloons. We're up against a whole lineup of other super saloons. Being the weight it is, it does struggle with top speed, but that doesn't really matter. As long as you take it controlled, it should be alright. It is definitely different from yesterday's car, the Fairlady Z Nismo, as that is light and it was more responsive in the turnings. This probably would perform a little better if it did have better tyres on here, or at least increase the width of the track width. So you just put wider tyres on and I think you should be alright. It is pretty competitive in Apex at this point in time, being fully factory settings. I haven't upgraded anything on this. Now we will head off to a outpost and put some rally parts on here before we go off into the Horizon Wilds and see how well it handles there. Like I said, it is fairly heavy, so water should not really be a problem with this car as well. Now we've arrived back at a Horizon outpost. Let's get this thing set up for some off-roading, but first we'll take a look at the options of the body kit, and here we have the stock front bumper or just the standard Horizon 5 front bumper, and the same under the rear wing. We just have the usual stock rear wing or the Horizon. It is a bit unfortunate it doesn't really have anything else going here on it. It hasn't even got a wide body option available. Now let's go and put some off-road suspension on here. Don't want drift, we want off-road, and it did have a little bit of issue in the braking because the brakes, I think they're just not too good enough for the weight of the vehicle, so we'll put these race brakes on. We will also then go over and put on the rally tyre compound and increase the track width in the front and the rear as wide as possible. With that, we will take it out and see how it goes in the Horizon Wilds and seeing if it's any good at being competitive there. Now we're all set up for some Horizon Wilds. Let's go take it out and see if it makes a fairly decent rally car. Hopefully the weight doesn't play to my disadvantage. And a DeLorean, a time machine. I forgot that thing even existed. I still wonder why they never bothered to use the Back to the Future Time Machine 1, 2, 3 as different body kits. Why did they have to go and put 3 different vehicles? It kind of makes no sense. But anyway, this is about the Bentley driving on the dirt. It definitely handles better than it did in the Apex, but then again that's probably because I've actually changed the suspension and the tyres on this. And I also don't know if it's worth putting some upgrades on for the Apex as well. Back on the dirt here, this all-wheel drive system has definitely been an advantage on this one. But I do feel the preference towards building this for a Horizon Baja, just because it's the weight, it seems to make more sense to me. As the Apex and Rally are closed stage races, what I mean by that is the walls and the corners are more tight, and the Baja is more open. So I definitely do think it is worth building it for this. It is, I feel it is definitely competitive off-roading for rallying. I am rather happy with how it is driving, so I would consider maybe keeping it as a rally car at this point. Why don't we head off into the Horizon Baja, but before we do that, let's go and put some Baja tyres on here and look at the exhaust notes and seeing if that's any different. Arriving back at the outpost now, let's go and put these tyres on here. I still personally feel these two tyres are supposed to be different, but that's just how they are. Now let's go and increase the track width even further and make them even wider. While we're here, we might as well go and listen to the exhaust note to see if there's difference. Okay, there is absolutely no difference in the exhaust notes on this vehicle. They're all the same, so I might as well just leave that how it is. And why don't we just throw in a better turbo and also put on a better gearbox, I guess, just to make it a little bit more better in the shifting of the gears, and take that out and see how well it goes in the cross country. Hopefully it does good there. Going into our final one, the Horizon Baja or cross country. Let's see if it's any good here. Just ignore that pop-up that appeared just before. A little distracting, that is. Oh, watch out. That's the Nissan Titan Warrior concept. I think that first appeared in Blizzard Mountain in Horizon 3. But this is why I feel that this Bentley would be better for the Horizon Baja, as like I did say, the tracks are usually wider and there is more room for error and it can just open up to its better speed. And try not to land on other people, sometimes they tip you over. So personally, to me, I do definitely feel that this is way better driving it here in the Horizon Baja, but it is entirely up to you what you build it as. It's just a suggestion, I think, that we build it for the Baja, just given how heavy the car is. And it is a little bit disappointing it doesn't have any body kit available for it as well. And out of the two cars we have been given this week, I personally feel that they both do have their disadvantages and advantages over the other. I feel that the Fair Lady, or not the Fair Lady, the Nissan Z Nismo was the better of the two cars, just because it has a little bit more you can do to it as well. There's me taking corners wide again. That is just, I do find that a little bit annoying that the brakes on this car aren't particularly good, even though I have upgraded them. And now that brings us to the end of today's video, where I took a look at the 2021 Bentley Flying Spur added to Horizon 5 during the Winter Wonderland mix-up. To me, this car was reasonably okay to drive. It is a little bit on the heavy side, but it is still competitive enough to be okay, and I do think it is worth our time unlocking just to add it to our garage, as we don't know when this car will return back to the festival playlist. If you like these videos where I look at the cars added through the festival playlist, feel free to leave a like the video and subscribe to the channel for more, and thanks for watching.